Assalamu alaikum. Hi, Oracle Reiki spiritual healer. And a couple of days ago, I was talking to brother Steve Carroll, and he was talking about one of my older videos. And when I went back and I looked at my older video from a year ago, when I just came on this mission, I recognized that something was different about me. And, it was my smoky voice. I had a deeper voice, when I first came on this mission, because I had not, in my earlier videos, I had not stopped smoking the black and mouse. So, I'm glad that I was able to get over that type of nicotine addiction, and I hope that all of you are fighting your addictions and overcoming just like I did. So now you got my regular voice. I hope you guys love it. I love it. So let's get into our video. So I have been seeing signs and synchronicities most of my life, and the best thing that I can tell you is when there is a problem, when there have been attacks on me, at a very early age, then I could understand and discern that what God wanted me to do, which way God was leading me to cleanse cleanse the negative energy that was sent, to me, at a very early age with rue or mint or anything like that. Most of these types of signs and synchronicities would come to me in the form of, maybe I would get a call from my aunt saying, oh, you need to obey your mother. Some of the signs and synchronicities, my mother always had a little dog. So, like a Benji dog or a poodle. And so that dog would come and sit and just look at me. It would not come into my room. It would come to the door of my room and just sit there and look at me. And then I would have other types of signs and synchronicities where, I would, wash my clothes and I would find money inside of the washing machine. Or, I would go outside and, bees would, get on my clothes or things like that. So I was seeing signs and synchronicities at a very early age. And, what made me think about this is I went to the laundromat the other day and, I found a dime. And when you find, coins, then that means that you're on the right path. And especially if it's on heads, you're headed in the right direction. You're headed in the way that God is directing you to go. So, we also have the understanding of 10 is something is about to be completed. But when I was a child and I wasn't understanding, what was going on, but I would understand that I would get the good effects after I would find this money, or these bees would come after me. I would get good grades in school, or I would be asked to, be on the 4-H club or anything like that. I would get some good things. Now, after I became an adult, I would see these signs and synchronicities, and then I would know that, either someone is attacking me and I need to figure out who it is. And when I figure out who it is, I'm going to cleanse the negative energy, just as I was doing when I was as a child. So at this point, that's what I started to do. Most of my life, I was able to cleanse negative situations, negative people out of my life by cleansing, purifying myself, and a lot of people do not appreciate the ability that God has given you. And people do not appreciate the faith that you should have. When you are seeing these types of signs and synchronicities, that is going to happen. It's inevitable. So, I had one of my associates, my assistant, and I told her, I said, I'm having some issues here, and if I cleanse this negative energy out of my life again, okay, because the first time I cleansed the negative energy out of my life, my mother, sent me away. Okay. The second time that I'm cleaning my life, I'm 26 years old, and, I'm able, to cloak my energy. And, and the funny thing is that now I'm cleansing myself again, and I'm telling my assistant, I'm like, if I cleanse this negative energy, all hell is going to break loose. And she says to me, well, better them than you. Okay, so, I did my cleansing, and, it ripped, through my family. It ripped through my husband's family. At the time, our relationship broke. We ended up losing a lot of material things. I ended up walking away from a lot of material things. So, I had this understanding that when people are trying to send judgment upon you, when they're trying to destiny swap with you, when they're trying to become energy vampires, that God is going to send you, and some people say the universe, some people say the angels, but I say that God is going to send you signs and synchronicities that you need to move away from this right here. I'm sending these rats because there's something foul and disgusting with these people. When you're seeing these types of signs and synchronicities in your life, that, you have people that have sent you the evil eye, and they're men. They're looking at you in a negative way because they want to control. They want to be able to do you the way that they were doing other people. And they can't find a way to do that. And so they're going to send you the evil eye, and you have identified them as you cleanse this negative energy. That they start having the problems that that they wanted you to have. They start going to jail. The people that wanted to send you, sickness and disease, they wanted you to be locked away for a long time in mental institutions. They started getting sick, and, some of them, perished, in the negative energy that they had sent. And the signs and synchronicities were always there. I could, see all of my sunflower seeds in my front yard start to die in my home. And I know that when you start getting those types of signs and synchronicities where your garden dies, that there's some really serious negative energy going on around you in your immediate vicinity, with people that you know, with people that you love, with people that you want to stay around, and God is separating you from those types of people, from that environment, from the material things that they have given you to hold you as an anchor into those relationships so that they can abuse you. So I was able to see these types of signs and synchronicities and move away from bad relationships, move away from friends that were supposed to be friends, but they were, taking back information to the entity, the enemy. And every time that I would, go around and I would just, sit back and observe, I could hear people say, oh, where's she at? Oh, she's in the car. She don't want to get out and talk. There's nothing to talk about. There's nothing to talk about. So I was able to understand that I was around a bunch of users. And when you are listening to what nature say, when you're listening to the animals, you're seeing the rats, you're seeing, unusual ants or things come around you in your house, then you understand that negative energy is going back to them, and God is sending a warning to you that you're going to have to separate, that you're going to have to move away from these people in order for you to advance, in order for them to receive the negative energy and the karma that they're going to get. So I hope that you received this message. Please like, share, and subscribe to me. You can book your one-on-one sessions with me through your life coaching sessions or your video chat sessions. You can donate to my channel or leave me a comment. I'm High Oracle, Reiki Spiritual Healer. Assalamu alaikum.